All right, guys, welcome back to another interview on MMA Unhinged. I am joined by the crochet boss, Maurice Greene. An absolute pleasure. How are you?
I'm doing awesome, man. Just got done volunteering at the kids' school in the library that I do every Wednesday, and now I'm just at home relaxing,
Yeah,
doing
that's
other
phenomenal.
thing that I do.
That's phenomenal. If I'm correct in saying it's quite early where you are. I'm not from America, but I believe it's 8
Uh,
a.m.
yeah, it's like 8:50, almost 9 a.m.
Are you a morning person?
I'm up at 4 or 5 a.m. in the
That's
morning.
crazy.
Yeah, but sometimes I'm in bed, but I put my kids to bed at like 7:30. I have to go to sleep at 8:39.
That's wild. I love that. I mean, if you look at, I know some of the philosophies that, and some of the richest men, some of the best, most successful men in the world, they get up at like 4 a.m., 5 a.m.
Start your day, man. Watch the sun. I get to watch the sun come up from my balcony every day.
Absolutely. And I would love to talk, obviously, about the fights. I want to talk about your last fight against Marcelo Nunes on April 19th. April 7th, sorry. Let's talk about that last one. Obviously, it was a fantastic show, and you got the TKO finish in the second round. Let's reflect on that. How do you feel about that? Obviously, that performance. Now, now we reflect on it. I know he's covered up there. He's just lit up. It
Uh,
was a little bit too strong in the morning.
Hey, it's just the one of the last ones I can have before I got to put it away for Atlanta. Atlanta don't allow you to have it in your system. So anyway, um, but reflecting on it, I mean, personally, I see a lot of opportunities in that performance where I could get a lot better, and where I'm gonna have to get a lot better moving into a fight like Andre, or a fight like Dennis or any of them, So it was a great performance, especially having the last performance I did last year. And I'm ready to build off of that and clinch the playoffs. Not just make it to the playoffs. I want to clinch the playoffs. I want to
Absolutely, and you got
clinch the
them 5
first spot
points.
if I can.
Yeah. And then 5 points, it sets you up for a fantastic start. And I just want to know, was there anything that you changed heading into that fight, mentally, personally? Obviously, to put on that fantastic, performance. Arguably, I would say that's probably one of your best performances I've watched anyway.
Hey, I would agree. I think one of my other good performances. I didn't win the fight. I should have. I fought Alexei Olenek. I just had that go in me. I went back and watched that fight too. Um, what was the question again? Sorry.
So I felt like, did you kind of change anything mentally, or
Oh,
anything
well,
heading
this
into
would
that fight?
change. This would change. When I fought last year in June, I had been training, right? I left Jackson shortly after John did for my own personal reasons. Um, and I was just training with John, and we were just training, right? Staying busy because nothing was really on the horizon, right? And then John went into that first fight camp, and we thought it was going to be Stipe. And then we stopped, and then we went to another fight camp because it was Cyril. And then it was like a roller coaster effect. Well, Mo, you're an alternate. Well, there's a good chance he'll be on the season. Well, now you're on the season. I just think watching John go through his process to win another world title and watching his gears shift at certain times of the camp, right? And being able to sit and talk to him and listen to him go through his process, all that shit helped me mentally and physically, but probably more mentally. I feel like this game is it's way more mental than it is physical. Our bodies can endure it, you know. If we're mentally strong to endure it, our bodies can endure a whole lot. As you see some of these guys go through wars, so I think I just mentally got stronger, and I've been lifting and I've been doing all the right things I should have been doing earlier in my career, but I didn't think it was that important. I thought I could get by, and you get this certain sense of confidence. Like, yeah, these guys could be lifting, yeah, these guys could be strong, but motherfucker, I'm strong too now. What's up? Hey, motherfucker, I'm lifting weight too now. What's up? Like, like Goltov. I waited at 238 when I fought Goltov. Nigga, I'm 266 right now. What's cracking? You hear me go? And I'm no
Get them
slower.
out!
Don't
Get
get
them out!
hey, and I'm no slower. Just so you know, I'm no slower. So we talking 265 moving, baby. So all of them got a problem. They don't even know they got a problem yet. They don't even know they got a problem. until I get their name. Then they're gonna realize I'm a whole fucking problem. And I say that with pride because I'm doing the work. Hard work works.
Yeah, I just want to ask about. Obviously, you talked about John Jones there, and the influence. Do you think that was like, as you talked about, a massive effect, and changed you positively? Surrounding yourself with John Jones, one of the greatest minds, one of the greatest fighters, if not the greatest fighter to ever enter MMA.
I mean, he's the greatest. Don't
Yeah.
He's the greatest. He's the greatest. He's the baddest man on the planet. There's nobody better than him. I don't know about the whole Francis thing. Obviously, that's not gonna happen now. I may have to do that. But first and foremost, my first goal is to win this tournament.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, I want to be a world champion. And until then, that's all I'm gonna focus on. And then I already know what's next in my head. I just need to win this world title. So, Andre, like I said in multiple interviews, Andre has my full attention, 1,000%. I know he's dangerous. Um, he's another dangerous opponent. You know, he has a ton of experience, ton of fights for a young man, ton of fights. Fought a couple tough guys. Okay, most of his wins, we're not talking about guys with crazy good records. Okay, we're not talking about guys with crazy good records. We're talking about niggas. Some of these motherfuckers is 0-5, 0-8, 21 and 22. You know what I mean? So, but it's a ton of experience, and I see that there's a ton of experience, but I'm there's no way in hell that they have a training partner like mine.
That's it. That's it. I mean, if you look at your training partners, I know you had Jorgen De Castro as well. If I'm correct, obviously in the same tournament, you were training together. But talk to me about obviously the next fight against Ante Delija. As you talked about, he's very powerful. He has a lot of experience. He has Muay Thai experience, kickboxing experience. Talk to me about the matchup and how you see that faring, obviously against yourself.
I see myself winning the fight, getting my hand raised. Period. Point blank in the story. Um, I've also seen him breaking fights too. I've also seen him be very dominant. I know where he's comfortable at. I know where he likes to be comfortable at, where he wants to be at. Um, I just don't think there's much that he's going to surprise me with. You don't change a whole lot. You're not going to change a whole lot after winning last year. Why would you? If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? And it's not broken. It's not broken. It's just not going to work this time.
Yeah, and I feel like in this fight, he's gonna want to come in early. He's gonna want to get that the fight finished early because obviously he's not had that fight yet in the season because obviously he pulled out against Jorgen De Castro. So he's gonna want to put on a statement early on,
Well,
quickly
I know.
to give him the best shot in that playoffs. Is that what you expect from Ante Delija? To come in, start early, and look for that finish.
Yeah, Andre can't wait. He doesn't have the luxury to wait at this point in time. That's the beauty of this tournament. Like when I fought Goltsoff, I was going balls to the walls, and it put me in very compromising situations where Goltsoff was able to take advantage to the highest extent because I needed 6 points. I wanted to stay in the tournament. You get an opportunity. Sometimes these opportunities never come back again. I'm a lucky man. I lost last year. It was very lackluster. I kept my foot on the gas in hopes that we get on this year, and it ended up working out for me. And I'm just right now with the opportunity, I'm making the best of it. I have an opportunity. Let's just do the math, okay? You go out and you win a PFL tournament. That's $1 million tournament, right? I'm the heavyweight champ. The first thing I'm gonna do, the first thing I'm gonna do, without a fucking question, is I'm gonna call Mr. Ngannou to get that done early next year, right? They gonna give me another 2 million to show up, but by that time I'll be worth 5. You dig? Uh, so you already know if whichever heavyweight don't call his name, you should stop fighting, bro.
So
You should
has the
stop fighting.
signing of Francis motivated you then? That's what it sounds like.
It's not the signing of Francis. He just put some of us guys in a position to potentially make a substantial amount of money to just need to hop in that cage with him. And I mean, what are we talking about? You take away, you take out Francis's power, right? which you can't, right? You know it's always there, right? You know it's always gonna be there. What else does he really have? You know, like that's really scary. Like that's really scary for a guy who's been around the block. That's really scary. Not a whole lot. You know, there's ways to get away from that power, but I know he knows how to activate that shit. So, you know, that's just you're gonna have to take risks against a guy like Francis, and they just might pay off because the probability may be a little better. You know,
Oh man,
but
this is fantastic. I love to talk about this stuff because obviously, Francis, I do agree. We haven't really seen him tested as of much. I mean, if you look at his, his matchups, Garn, obviously he took him down, but that's a kickboxer, and Garn rested Garn. But yeah, again, it's just a kickboxer. We can't really take away too much away from his grappling out of that fight. The one we can really take away from is Stipe, and obviously we've seen him. We've seen him come leaps and bounds since that fight, but we haven't really seen him fight, that grappling really take him down. Except from Curtis Blades, he did try, but he did get himself knocked out.
oh, uh, Curtis Blades knocked
Yeah.
out who? Who did he knock out?
No. So Ngannou and Blades, they did fight again after, Stipe, but obviously Ngannou didn't let it get to the ground quick enough
Oh yeah,
before
yeah,
Blades.
yeah, 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 yeah. He knocked him out. Yeah, absolutely. Not my bad, and that's what you got to worry about. But you know, like I said, one fight at a time. That's how I take this whole tournament. Because the reality of it is, right, when you start looking ahead at opponents, you forget that you don't go out and win. You don't continue this journey. So, like I said, Andre got my full attention, but you'd be dumb. You'd be not dumb not to win this tournament and call your shot. You'd be dumb.
And I believe the PFL have actually announced the winner of this tournament does get um,
Oh, I didn't even
Francis.
see that. I didn't
Yeah.
even see that. I did not even
I'm
see
pretty
that.
sure. I'm pretty sure that's what will happen. But yeah, we'll circle back to Ante as you talked about. One fight at a time. Ante Delija. What would a win over him do? Obviously, moving forward, doesn't matter how you get it done as long as you get the points and you move forward in the playoffs. What does a win over Ante Delija do in your career? Obviously, against a former champion. He's the reigning
Uh,
defending champion. What would that do for you?
I'll give you confidence for the next fight. You want me to be honest with you? Like, how hard do you go after you win one fight? Like, how hard can you go? I beat Marcelo Nunez. Great, I got 5 points. All that shit doesn't mean nothing if I don't go out and clinch the playoffs. Then that don't mean shit unless I make the championship. In my head, I'll be 37 this year. I'm not a young man. I've been around the game for about 13, 14 years or so. I kickboxing glory. I was on tough. I was in the UFC. Now I'm in the PFL. I've fought for some of the best promotions and some of the biggest ones. Um, but this is it. There's no time like the present, and this is it. He got time. He can come back. He can come back and win it again. This is it for me. Like this is my destiny. This is what my whole life's work in this sport has been, and I'm probably the training the hardest and most consistent now than I ever did in my whole career. And that's the scary part. And then nobody realizes that, and they don't need to realize it. I guess I could show them better than I could tell them. Sometimes talking too much and not doing is just not healthy for it. So I'll be ready. I'll be ready for the task. I know he'll be ready too. And if he's anything less than what I think he is, it's going to be a very long night for him.
Absolutely. We'll move over from the fight talk. I want to talk about crocheting. As I talked about, I was quite a fan of yourself, and I know you're a big crocheter. I know you used to sell hats back in the day with a crochet
Still do.
boss.
Still do.
Still selling. Still see. Head over to Maurice Greene's Instagram. He sells some fantastic hats. He knits them. Well, crochets them himself. It's phenomenal. How did you get into that?
So before all this MMA fighter life, I wanted to be the fashion designer. I still do actually. And I had a clothing line called Monkey Business Decor. The tagline was "Die Free, Live Fresh." I got it tattooed. Oh, you can't see it. Where's the camera? There it is.
Yeah.
There we go. I got it tattooed on my wrist with the Chicago skyline because I was living in Chicago. And it was a small sneaker boutique, so there's a lot of sneaker heads around. So you had to have some cool shit, some cool different shit. And we wanted to do something different, but I was like, what should we do? I was like, man, I'm about to learn how to knit. And I went to work. I was working at an e-commerce company at the time, and I went to work, and there was this girl that was there. She was Lauren. She was knitting a scarf at Lion Brand Thick and Quick oatmeal yarn. And I know that so well because I use this my favorite yarn. It's my go-to. So I was like, damn, I need to learn how to do that. So on launch, she took me to Joanna Fabrics. I got knitting needles and I learned how to knit. So for a long time, I knitted scarves and I would loom knit my hats. And then my fiance was like, babe, we live in Chicago. She was like, you should just learn how to crochet. So I got on YouTube and in 30 minutes I had a hat and shit, I just kept doing it. And now I got a whole brand and this is I mean, it's not super clean, but I mean, if you come in my house, mug, maybe a little shocked. Let's see if I can turn this camera around. I don't
So I
know, but
think I
look,
messaged you once if you
what?
delivered. I've seen that on your Instagram. I've actually watched your Instagram lives. Actually, when you're sitting there, you're talking to people, you're crocheting
Yeah.
early in the morning, and I think I've asked you if you delivered to the UK, and I can't remember what your answer was.
Oh no, I'm gonna
See?
fix that though.
Yeah.
This is why I wore the John to Jones's fight. This was it was, and actually, I'm not gonna lie to you. I was out there in Vegas. There was a lot of people that was out there and crochet or some sort of knit, some sort of combination of the two in their outfit. It was kind of crazy because I got to meet the tight end for the Cleveland Browns, David Njoku. He was really cool.
Oh,
And when he showed up to the after party, and I was like, "Damn, bro, where'd you get that from?" Because he had like a knit white, like cream. He's like, "Yeah, I bought these." Like, "Where'd you get yours from?" I said, "I made it." He goes, "You're lying. No, you didn't." So I showed him a video of me actually making it. He was like, "Damn, bro, you really made that." That was kind of cool.
maybe you
So
got
yeah,
yourself your potential customer. So if you want any crocheting, go up to Maurice Greene's Instagram, hit him up, and try and reach out to him. I presume he could do anything.
I will. Well, I will have my merch up very shortly. I've been slacking on the merch because when I'm training a bunch, my hands hurt.
Yeah, I can
Just from
presume. Yeah,
training, literally my hands hurt. So sometimes I don't want to sit and crochet because that also makes my hands hurt.
stiff hands.
Yeah, hey, they're strong, baby. They're strong.
But
Hey,
yeah,
they've
I
done me
think it's
good for
fascinating though.
14 years. Huh?
I think it's fascinating. Obviously, it's like a hobby. When you get back from training,
Oh wait, no, no,
just
no,
crochet.
not a hobby. That's what I tell people. Crocheting is not a hobby for the crochet boss. I am a professional crocheter first, actually. I was a
Wow.
professional crocheter before I was ever an MMA fighter. I kind of literally fell into this sport. I told myself when I was used to be 330 pounds when I was doing all this. I actually started MMA to lose weight and kind of get in shape because my family, they're bigger people, they're big bones. So um, over the course of becoming an amateur in 2010, I've
Uh,
lost 100 pounds and my body
wow.
composition has changed
That's
quite a bit.
phenomenal. Well done.
So it's been a journey to health too. So I got a lot to be
Yeah.
thankful for in this MMA game.
Yeah, that's phenomenal. Well done. Congratulations on that journey. It's been fantastic. But yeah, thank you so much, Maurice. An absolute pleasure to have you on. I wish you the best of luck. It's going to be a fantastic fight. I'm looking forward to it. It's a good matchup. I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be good. Thanks so much.
Just know I do got cardio. All right, don't get it twisted.
He might be a little bit bigger, but he's still got it.
I still got it, baby. I still got it. It was a pleasure speaking with you, and you have yourself a wonderful day, my man.
You too. Make sure you go over to Maurice's Instagram if you want anything to do with crocheting. And make sure you get that UK delivery sorted.
I will. Google the Crochet Boss at the Crochet Boss everywhere, even on OnlyFans.
Yeah, I appreciate you. Thanks so much, Maurice. See you in a bit.
Take it easy.